Hello and welcome to another video. This one's going to be short, so if you'll stick with me, I think you're going to be edified by this. So I'm calling this God Leaves the Temple. And if you look back at Ezekiel 11, you'll see where God, through Ezekiel, condemns the Jews and then prophesies their destruction. The Jerusalem and the temple's destruction. And then immediately after that happens, not Ezekiel, but God himself, or the glory of God, leaves the temple, and watch where it goes, because this is interesting. So let's look at Ezekiel 11:23. This is right after God, through Ezekiel, has condemned the temple in Jerusalem and announced its destruction. The glory of the Lord rose up from within the city and stopped over the mountain east of it. Now, if you look at maps or you Google what mountain is to the east of the city of Jerusalem, it's Mount Olivet. So why is that important? So in Matthew 23:38, Jesus is in the temple and he is condemning the Jewish leaders and Jerusalem as a whole. And at the end of it, he says this: "Look, your house is left to you desolate. For I tell you, you will not see me from now until you say, 'Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord.'" So he's announced the destruction of Jerusalem and the temple. And then let's see what happens after that. What does he do? Now, as Jesus was going out of the temple courts and walking away, so he leaves the temple, his disciples came to him to show him the buildings. And he said to them, "Do you see all these things? I tell you the truth, not one stone will be left upon another. All will be torn down." So he's announcing the destruction of Jerusalem to his apostles or disciples. And then this is the important part. As he was sitting on the Mount of Olives, his disciples came to him privately and they asked him, "Tell us, when will these things happen? And what will be the sign of your coming in the end of the age?" So the important part here is this sitting on the Mount of Olives. So when God in the first temple destruction leaves the temple, he stops over the mountain east of it. When you check that, like I said, you're going to find out it's Mount Olivet. What does Jesus do when he announces the destruction? He goes and sits on the Mount of Olives. So I appreciate you watching. I hope it was edifying, and we'll see you on the next one.